Shalom, shalom. I want to give all honor and glorification to the Most High, and I do so in the name of His only begotten Son. And the title of this video is going to be called Blessed Are Your Ears and Blessed Are Your Eyes. Right? Blessed are your ears and blessed are your eyes. As brothers and sisters in His truth, that's woken up spiritually, that know who they are, that know what's going on in the world, that's understanding the precepts to a certain degree, and can break them down. Blessed are your eyes because you can see these things. Blessed are your ears because you understand. You can see these prophecies come to pass. You can hear the breakdowns and understand it through the Spirit. You know that these things that are written are true. Blessed are your eyes and your ears. Right? Let's get on Matthew chapter 13 and verse 16. Let's get the book of Matthew chapter 13 and verse 16. And before I actually get to the precept, I just want to give some background information on Yahushua's ministry. He started when he was 30, pursuing to Luke chapter 3 and verse 23. Let's get that. This is going to be the first precept. This is going to be the first precept. It's the book of Luke chapter 3 and verse 23. It say, and Yahushua himself began to be about 30 years of age, being, as was supposed, the son of Joseph, which was the son of Heli. Right? So this is when he started his ministry. And I believe his ministry lasted between 1 to 3 years. And he was born between 6 and 4 BC. So that's just a background, some background information, on the Lord, when he started, when he was born, and the time frame, which was 27 to 29 AD. So he was born between 6 and 4 BC, maybe a little bit before, maybe a little bit after. His ministry was around 27 to 29 AD. He was of 30 years. It's like he was 30 years old, pursuant to what we just read, Luke 3 and 23. So this is what I read right here. So if anybody want to highlight it or go to it, this is it. I'm actually going to read it through the Spirit. It said the ministry of Yahushua in the canonical Gospels begins with his baptism near the river Jordan by John the Baptist. And this is in Matthew, the 3rd chapter. It say, and ends in Jerusalem and Judea, following the Last Supper with his disciples. The Gospel of Luke 3 and 23, states that Yahushua, or Jesus, was about 30 years of age at the start of his ministry. A chronological of Jesus typically sets the date of the start of his ministry at around AD 27 and 29 and the end range of AD 30 to 36. So we're going to stop there. So that's just a little background information. Let's get Matthew 13 and 16. Let's get the book of Matthew chapter 13 and 16. And I also, want to give a strong peace and blessings and a quick exhortation, continue to fight in the truth. The Lord showed you these things for a reason, so you can bear fruit, so you can bring people into this fold, to praise the Lord and serve him wholeheartedly, to get the kingdom. Keep going, keep fighting, and remember that it's going to be a reward, by you enduring these tribulations, by you doing the work. Keep going. Remember that the kingdom of heaven is nigh. Our salvation draw nigh. So this is the book of Matthew chapter 13 and verse 16. It say, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Blessed are you blacks, Hispanics, and Native American eyes. You can see these prophecies literally happening. You can see that this Bible is just not a book. It's a living book. Blessed are your ears. They hear. You understand and perceive the words of this book. You know that these things are true. The Lord open your understanding. Let's go to verse 10. It it say, and the disciples, we're going to start at verse 9. It say, who have ears to hear, let him hear. Right? If you can understand, listen, come and understand it. It say, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? And I believe this was going into the multitude that he was teaching. It say, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance, but whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away, even that he have. So these things are going to seem like they're in parables, what they are, but it's going to seem harder, than what it is, because the Lord have not given these certain people this understanding. You got to understand that this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from the Lord, it's not from everybody. So it's going to be in parables. So let's get the book of, I think I want Matthew. Matter of fact, let's get John 18 and 20. Let's get the book of John chapter 18 and verse 20. I don't believe I went here. So you got to understand this word is not for everybody. Everybody is not going to understand it. And this is why we went to Matthew 13 and 16. Blessed are your eyes. Blessed are your ears. Because you see and you hear. The Lord allows you to hear. You can understand these parables. And to other people, it's just a parable. They can't perceive it. They trying to figure it out. They're trying to do a science behind it. But unto the ones that can understand, it's simple. It's plain upon tables. So let's get the book of John chapter 18 and verse 20. It reads, Yahweh shall answer him, I spake openly to the world. I ever taught in the synagogue and in the temple, whither the Jews always resort, and in secret I have said nothing. So when you study the ministry of Yahweh, when you read the gospel, that's what the Lord was doing. He was teaching in the synagogues. Every time he came into the city, he was teaching in the synagogues. He was teaching where the Jews were. He was teaching on the seaside. When you go to Matthew, the 11th chapter, the 13th chapter, that's what Yahweh was doing. He didn't go and teach to the Edomites. He wasn't teaching to all these different nations. He was teaching to the Jews. Let's get Matthew 11 and 1 real quick. All right, and some got it and some didn't. And that's why a lot of the parables came into play. Let's get the book of Matthew 11 and verse 1. It say, and it came to pass when Yahweh had made an end of commanding his 12 disciples, he departed thence to teach and to preach in their cities. Right, so this is precepting to John 18 and 20. Right, two different books. He was going to preach in their cities where the Jews were. Understand? He wasn't just going to anybody. He was going to his people. Let's get the book of Luke, chapter 1 and 68. We're going to go into why he was doing this. Let's see, this is what I want. This is the book of Luke, chapter 1. You're going to start at verse 69. It say, and he hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. And he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that he should be saved from our enemies. It's like that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. You understand? So the Lord is teaching these people this and going to these different people to proclaim liberty to these people, to free these people, to heal these people mentally, spiritually, physically. We are hated. We the ones in spiritual bondage. We the ones that need saving. We the ones that's oppressed. This is why he came, and to free us from that sin. To free us from sin, Salaki. The condemnation of the law. This is what the Lord came. Yahweh came for. To reconcile us back to the Most High. You understand? If you can understand these things that I'm preaching and that I'm teaching on this video, blessed are your eyes. Blessed are your eyes and blessed are your ears. Let's get the book of Matthew chapter. I think I'm on. Let's see if this is what I'm on. Yeah, I'm going to get 11 and 5. It's the book of Matthew chapter 11 and 5. It say the blind receive their sight and the lame walk. The lepers are cleansed and the deaf hear. The dead are raised up and the poor have the gospel preached unto them. And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. So the blind receive their sight. The people that can't see spiritually, the people that can't see physically, because the Lord did miracles. The disciples did miracles. The apostles, they did miracles. Right? He literally opened their eyes, their understanding. That was spiritually and physically. When you was in the world, you was kind of doing whatever. You didn't know what you was doing. You know, now that you in the truth, you're like, man, why was I doing it? It's because you were blind. What do a blind person do? They just walk into things. They just get into stuff. And that's how Israel was before they came into the knowledge of the truth. Just dibbling and dabbling to stuff. And the Lord opened your understanding and directed you. So you can see. You no longer need that cane to direct you. You got the Lord now. Because your eyes are open. You have your sight now. You have your vision. You know where to go. That straight and narrow path. Right? In the lame walk. The lepers are cleansed and the deaf hear. You understand? I got a few more precepts through the Spirit. Let's get I think I want Matthew 13 and 15. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13 and verse 15. And this is also in the book of Isaiah. It say, and in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah or Isaiah's, right? Isaiah's, which said, by hearing you shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing you shall see and shall not perceive. So people, they can see what's going on. They can hear the prophecies. You know, things can be right in people's face, but they still don't get it. They still don't understand. It say, for this people's heart is wax gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they shall see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and shall understand with their heart, and shall be converted, and I shall heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. So we have to understand, and I'm going to keep going, matter of fact, I'm going to keep going. This actually is the point of the video. It say, for verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. So you got a lot of people, you know, that could be in this truth. It's like that's in this truth that want to see the things that you see, that want to understand the different things that you see, but they can't because the Lord didn't give it to them. You got people in the world, and you can use that on a worldly aspect as well. You got people in the world who trying to the best of their ability to come into the truth, you know, but the Lord, it's just not meant for them to come into this thing. Like, I got a grandma, you know, rest in peace her soul. She, on a worldly aspect, you know, she was a good person. You know, she tried to be the best she can, but the Lord didn't give her the knowledge of the truth. He gave her Christianity, even though Christianity is evil, but the point I'm trying to make, you know, she tried to the best of her ability to be a good person. You know, she tried, but the Lord didn't give her that. You know, she desired to see those things which we see, and she have not seen them. And even on in the truth, you know, being enlightened, you know, you have people who want to understand these different prophecies, who want to know what's going on, who want to know the breakdowns, but the Lord just don't give it to them. So blessed are your eyes, you understand these different things. Blessed are your ears, you see them, you hear them, you understand them. You know, but when you go back to verse 15, you know, you got people whose eyes and their ears are closed. They just not going to get it. It's just not that lot. It's meant for them to dwell in darkness and wickedness. Right, so you got to take advantage and be thankful and thank the Lord every day for giving you this understanding. To let you know what you know. You don't need to know everything. Be happy for what the Lord do give you. All praises to the Most High. And I got to do that as well myself. Thank the Lord more for what he have given me. Stop dwelling on what you don't know and be happy for what you do have. Because the Lord can increase you in that. Just ask him for it. He'll give it to you if it be of his will. But always be thankful for what you do have. Let's get the book. Sirach chapter 3 and 23. And when I'm about to wind down, I got a couple more precepts through the Spirit. We're going to wind down. Sirach 3 verse 23. It say, we're going to start at verse 21. It say, seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search out the things that are above thy strength, but what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thy eyes the things which slacken with thine eyes, the things that are in secret. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are shewed into thee than men understand. So the Lord revealed certain things to you more than people even understand. The Lord probably showed you different dreams that came to pass. You know, he probably put it in your spirit to understand things. He probably gave you discernment. The Lord revealed to certain individuals things that other people just will not understand. The Lord shows us so many different things that people just will not perceive. And you got to be thankful for that. It ain't meant for everybody to understand or to know what the Lord is showing you. Let's get the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6. Matter of fact, let's get the book of Judges. I believe it's chapter 13. Samson's mother saw an angel. That's what the Lord showed her. Ezekiel saw chariots and angels. You know, Jacob saw, Jacob's ladder. You know, our forefathers and foremothers saw many different things, understood different things. Blessed are your eyes, for they see. You can see spiritual things. You can understand spiritual things. The Lord have shown us these different things. You know, you're blessed to even see these things. The world will think you crazy. But deep down inside, you know that these things are from the Lord. I want to get a few precepts, and I'm going to close out. Judges 13 and I think that might be it though. 3. This is Samson's mom. I'm gonna start at verse 2. It say, and there was a certain man of Zorah, of the family of the Danites, whose name was Manoah, and his wife was barren and bare not. So Samson's mother couldn't have children. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto the woman and said unto her, behold, now thou art barren and bearest not, but thou shalt conceive and bear a son. So she couldn't have children, but the angel told her, like, look, you going to end up having children. You know, so that's mighty. The Lord literally showed her something. Her eyes seen. Ezekiel eyes seen. Elijah and Elisha eyes seen. Many people in the Bible eyes have seen, and our people still see today these spiritual things that the Lord shows us. Right? So blessed are your eyes. Ask the Lord to let you see, spiritual things. Whether it's in the word, whether it's in real life, whether it's in a dream. Ask for these things. I want to get this precept. This precept in Psalms. Actually, we can get Psalm 78 and 11, and it's another one. Let me see if I can find it. But it's basically just going into David asking the Lord to show him wonderful works in the law. You can ask the Lord to show you wonderful works that's in the law. These spiritual things give you a deeper understanding of the scriptures. And then you could go to Psalm 78 and 11. It say, they kept not the covenant. And this is going into Israel. I believe this is going into Israel when they was in the wilderness and they was tempting the Lord and they forgot all the things the Lord have done for them. I believe this is what this going into. Let me see. Yep, this is what this going into. It say, and forgot his works and his wonders that he had showed them. So you can't forget what the Lord have showed you, what he's done for you, the dreams he showed you, the discernment he was giving you, all these different things the Lord have given you, because he don't have to give it to you, and he can take it away any given time. So what we got to do is be thankful, give our honor and glorification to the Most High, and be happy, reveal these things, to others as well. Brag on the Lord's work. That's what I do. Whether people like it or not, I'm gonna boast on the Lord's work regardless. Because the Lord done got to show me that. Let's get 1 Kings chapter 6 and 16. Let's get 1 Kings chapter 6 and 16. And I want to get the context. We're gonna get 6 and 8. Actually, it might be 2 Kings. Yeah, this is the context. It say, then the king of Syria warred against Israel and took counsel with his servants, saying, in such and such a place shall be my camp. So the king of Syria was trying to war against Israel to take, the landmass that they had. Like, look, I want this. It's mine. I want it. So that's what he was trying to do. So that's the context. The king of Syria wanted the place that the king of Israel had. He like, look, this is going to be my camp. This is where my people go do it, look. The land of Israel. But when you go down, I want to get 16. Matter of fact, we're going to start at 14. We're going to start at 13. It say, and he said, go and spy where he is, that I might send and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, behold, he is in Dothan. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and it came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, and hosts compassed the city. So the king of Syria was basically trying to get, this landmass or whatnot. He was like, man, like we just read in verse 8, like, this gonna be mine. And he tried to be sneaky and had them spied out or, do their thing at nighttime or whatnot. Or compass the city at nighttime. That's what's going on right now. Verse 15, it say, and when the servant of the man of God was risen early, it's talking about Elisha, and gone forth, behold, a host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said it to him, alas, my master, how shall we do? Right? So Elisha's servant had came. He like, man, what should we do? We got these Syrians around us. Like, what we got to do? Because these people gonna kill us and take our land and take where we encamped. Verse 16, it say he answered, fear not. So this is Elisha saying, fear not. Don't be scared, man. For they that be with us are more than they be with them. I'm going to read that one more time. It say, and he answered, fear not. For they that be with us are more than they that be with them. So it's more of us than them. And we're going to see through the Spirit what is Elisha talking about. Verse 17, which is the point. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord and said, smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness And he smote them with the blindness according to the word of Elisha. So Elisha prayed to the Lord that the Most High opened his servant eyes and he seen spiritual things, chariots of fire. And it was a bunch of them. It was a bunch of them. Let's get this precept. Let's get this precept real quick. And it's going to be my last precept. Get this precept real quick. So he's seen those spiritual things, man. And you can see those things. It's like, if it's of the Lord's will, I'm going to get this precept in chariots in the book of Psalms. Thousands of his chariots. It's like, I'm just going to look it up. It's like for the typing, it say, the chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place. So that's what the Lord was showing them, was showing Elisha and his servant those thousands of chariots, man, through the spirit and power of the Most High, man. That's mighty. The Lord literally showed, the servant of Elisha. And just imagine what Elisha can see. Just think about all the stuff the Lord was revealing to him. Blessed are their eyes because they see, they understood. All praise to Most High for putting it in my spirit to make this video. Lord willing, this was edifying. And brothers and sisters, seek out to see more spiritual things, to hear and understand more things through the spirit of Most High. Shalom.